This is a Headgum podcast.
Do you ever feel like normal life
Is
totally
not good enough?
totally sober does make you feel like a plastic bag, and you do want something that's going to change your perception, just a micro amount, not a macro amount?
Yeah.
I have wanted subtle changes to occur on
to my
demand.
reality.
Well, you know what? Look no further than Lumi Labs. Microdose gummies deliver perfect, entry-level doses of THC that help you feel just the right amount of good.
You know what? Okay, this is actually true. Sometimes you need 1 milligram to get through something hard.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's true.
And it really is actually truly helpful. And sometimes you take more and put you in a sleep zone, and that can be helpful too, and help you relax at night. And really be present in the moments that you're having to have conversations with strangers about where did you grow up? How long? Oh, that's so interesting. How long have you been in a band? Well, I've been in a band for almost 10 years now. Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
I bet you couldn't
we're
do that
here.
on 10 milligrams, you know?
You couldn't do that on, you can do it on 1. And you can
do
do
it
it
on 1.
better on 1 than you do it on none.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what they say.
So, get 30% off your first order plus free shipping today at microdose.com, promo code Gayotic. It's available nationwide. Can you believe that? That's microdose.com, promo code Gayotic for 30% off free shipping. Microdose, promo code Gayotic.
Gayotic.
Y'all have shaped what is it's everything, girl.
That is
God.
really sweet for you to
it's
say.
fierce, girl.
That really means a lot.
Everything.
Yeah,
I
I
love
mean, the lesbians are having
They're having a moment.
The
a
moment.
huge moment.
Yeah.
They, the way you say they
I
makes it
forgot
sound
that.
like
I'm not. I'm coming out as straight. I mean,
them.
there are some lesbians who are doing particularly well
Yeah, absolutely.
that don't include us.
But y'all ushered in this era.
I do
you know
feel
what I mean?
like mother in that sense.
Yeah.
Like I think that it,
Success mother.
yeah,
Success mother, for
we
sure.
we birthed some other successful
Yeah.
artists. Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing well, you know. So I moved to LA 3 years ago.
Wait, are you recording?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you lived in. Did you live in New York?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah, yeah.
Born and raised in New York.
Wait, you moved to like 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Okay, cute.
And like over this past week, waking up every day, I was like, I fucking love it here. I was like, I never want to see snow. I never want to see clouds. I want sunshine and
Yeah.
this in my veins all the time.
I think it takes about 3 years to like
Yeah.
really feel like you live here.
Yes. I
Wait.
have like my tribe and like my thing. Like
Yeah.
I feel that now.
That's
and
so
I love
nice.
it. I love it. I do
What
fucking
made
think-
you make the move? Like,
It was pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was
100.
winter pandemic in New York City. And when I tell you, me and my
Hell.
assistant, we were dragging my fucking silver away suitcases through sleet, hail, and snow. I was like, what
you got
are
those
we
aluminum
doing? Yes.
ones? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we
That's
doing
fun.
here? I was like, why are we doing this? We do not have to do this. Like, we travel for work. We can live anywhere. I'm
That
like, let's
is
go to
New
LA.
York, but that is New York to its
Yeah.
sea. It's like you think you have to suffer so much.
It
When we
really
lived
is.
in New York, we lived in New York for a very short period of time, and even just doing laundry, you're
I
carrying
wouldn't
your
call that
laundry.
lived. We summered.
Yeah, we summered.
We
Yeah, we
summered in
barely.
there.
We
Yeah.
we
Doing
it
your
did not
laundry is a
count.
task. Like,
Yeah,
you, like,
everything.
it's the worst.
You're a warrior.
To go grocery shopping, you have to like grocery
Crazy.
shopping is
I know.
insane. Like
I
you must
did
be
it
a
one
crazy
time,
person.
like the whole time. I lived there cumulatively like a year and a half.
Okay.
And I think I went grocery shopping once.
Because
That
it's
fucking
impossible.
sucks
Well, it's because
to
you have
say.
to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You carry. Who
And I
wants to
can't.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're building
No one.
half the time your elevator doesn't work. So now you're lugging your 3 boxes of family size Captain Crunch up the stairs
Yeah.
on your own.
Yeah.
5 flights. Like, no.
But I know some random shit about you just from like watching Drag Race and also like listening to you on other podcasts. Like I am a fan.
Yeah,
And
I'm a
so I
fan.
also know that you were one of those girls in New York that had a car.
Yes, I had
Which
a
is
car.
like such a bad bitch
I had a car.
move.
It was a
Always?
2000 yeah,
My-
because from college.
Yeah.
I graduated college in 20 And
Did you go to school in New York?
I went to school in Jersey.
Okay,
at
cool.
a music conservatory, Westminster Choir College.
Yeah, because you
Cool.
studied opera, right?
Yeah, opera. I studied opera there.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, and when I moved back, I had my car, and I was like, I don't want to give up my car, even though I'm moving back home to New York. So I got my own apartment, and yeah, but I would get tickets all the time. It was like I probably spent more to pay the fucking state, New York State for parking tickets and shit all the time.
Yeah.
But it was just worth it. I was just like, because I could I was working late nights, right? So like parking in New York after like 10 p.m. is you can park pretty much anywhere, and I would leave for the clubs at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was like the perfect time to drive in New York, actually.
It's just like to have a friend that has a car.
Oh yeah, I was that friend all the time.
You're that girl.
I would like drive and pick. And this is also when like girls like Naomi and Kim. We were like surrogate friends through Bob because we were on the same season together.
Cute.
So like because I was like so obsessed with them, I would like when they would fly in, I was like, I'll come pick you up from the airport, and I would sit in traffic for 2 hours driving to JFK to pick up Drag Race girls and bring them to their hotel.
Wait, was this
Says
before
a
you were on
lot.
Drag
Before I
Race?
was on, yeah.
Because like what season you were on?
I was season 10.
Okay, and
So
what?
it was like 2 years before.
Bob's like 8.
8.
Yeah.
8, yeah. So I was
Older sister.
Yeah.
My older sister, my big sis.
So cute.
Yes. Yeah, but New York is too much, and LA is just great. I love living here.
Does Bob
and-
live here?
Yeah, he moved there too.
Hell yes.
Wow.
I'm just into it. I need
People who live in LA.
Well, I mean,
I'm
more
into it.
people coming here. I'm trying to get my whole family out here. My mom and my little sister moved here like a couple years after I moved here.
And do they love?
They love it. And
Yeah.
my older sister now, so I'm from Chicago. I'm from the suburbs of Chicago.
Oh my God, the freezing. No, talk
I'm
about
from
cold.
the freezing polar vortex.
Yeah.
People like to say, like, you lived in New York. New York is just like Chicago. I'm like, no.
Chicago-
it's actually
Chicago
Chicago's
is
not.
cold is different. It's like,
And the summers are hell too.
are they really? I've
They're
never
just
been
really
in the-
wet, hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're about to
Okay.
go
Swamp
there.
ass.
Yeah, to play a festival. It's full swamp
Well,
ass.
I hooked up with a guy that loved. He was into like
Swamp ass?
swamp ass, and I was like, well, baby, that's not a service I want to provide. I was like, can I-
Wait, not to go into it more.
but a specific
what?
question about it.
Yeah, he liked the moistness of it. He liked the aroma it would create, and that was the
it
thing
has
he
to
was
be
into.
both. I mean, I would suggest maybe just because I've
Can you fake it?
hooked up with people who like the people that's like they want to have like the night with the couples massage and like the body oil. It's like there's something very hot about obviously
Yeah,
the
but
wetness.
body, but
not the
Not
full
the
swamp,
swamp,
not
not
the
of it.
bog.
Yeah.
well, I'm just thinking of what's going
Not
on.
the bog.
Yeah, but like what's going on to create that environment?
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and like
but also like humans are just humaning, and
Well, you know what?
I'm not.
But here's
mad
the
about
thing,
that.
like I am not when I hook up with a dude, like I don't want you fresh out the shower, like smelling like rain, like sorry, like smelling like like some dove scene,
Like rain.
like rain set or some like weird shit. Like I like you like
Be a
you-
human.
yeah, a human. Like you had like a day at work. And like if you're a construction worker outside and you've been in the blazing sun, maybe
Right.
not that work, but if
Maybe
you
a
just
horse bath
Oh,
for you.
yeah, like something like that. Like I don't want you fresh, clean. I like a little body to the scent, but not like
I
swamp
feel like you
ass.
like post shower.
Oh, you like fresh, clean.
You're like
I don't. I think I just. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I had my way, I'm not going to say no to a situation, but if I had my way, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
think it's different strokes.
What do you like?
I'm thinking.
It's
I'm
probably
trying
like
to think about it.
Something horrible.
No. I think I'm with you. It's like I want you to smell like a human, but like a healthy human.
Yeah, I think a
don't
healthy
want-
human.
I don't want you
That's
to
a
smell
nice
like
distinction
there's
to
something
make.
going
Yeah,
on.
like, you have dysentery, maybe not
Yeah,
that,
like,
but
yeah.
but
that
a
being
healthy
said,
human being.
like I'm not. I feel like I have worked my way around different situations,
For sure.
and I'm
I'm
just like I can work with what's.
Well, yeah, I guess you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop having sex.
I mean, I don't think I've ever done that, but I can't imagine if it was like the most putrid environment.
Oh Jesus! I mean, it's just the thing is that when you're attracted, if it's someone that, because at this point in my life, like I would say this wasn't true in my like 20s, but at this point in my life, if I'm having sex with someone, it's like someone that I actually like and have chemistry
Same.
with.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think like it's a much worse situation if it's like
What you feel like
human
you have to
smells.
do?
Well, yeah, what you
Yeah.
feel like you have to do, or like human sweat that you don't have chemistry with.
Oh my God.
is so much worse.
I
do you know what I
agree.
mean?
But can you
It's a
believe?
different
Because
thing.
it's a chemical thing.
Oh,
It
yeah,
really is. Like a
100%.
chemical thing that happens there. You're like, oh, like I was recently in Brazil. First of all, I want to move to Brazil.
Cute.
I'm sure everyone's hot as hell.
There is
Yeah.
perfect and beautiful. I'm like, how is this a thing?
That's
And like
crazy.
the clubs there and stuff, like it's just like they're not gay, they're not straight, they're not queer. It's just people just existing. Like
Doing their thing.
yeah, like my friend and I we're not together, and he like became mutual friends with this guy on Jacked. Jacked is like one of these gay dating app things, normally for
How's
sex.
it different then?
Is it for muscles?
It's more for black and brown folk.
Okay, cute.
So we're but he was like, you know, he just with just mutual friends. Like we're visiting, and they're like these other guys, they came there a lot. It's like they're like multiple times they've been to Brazil. So they told us about different places we can go. So we go to this place called Apagogi. And like it's very like think like do you remember that have you ever seen the movie Along Came Polly with
Yeah, but not in a long time.
But it's like remember that like that Latin club they go to and she's like and it's like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a club for not for visitors, people who live in Brazil. Like
Okay.
it's like in like you know like the
You're
realness.
like, I've really made it.
Yeah, I really made it. So
Yeah.
we're in this place and like, you know, it's like a club for everyone, but like gay guys are like making out and like kissing with gay guys. Lesbians are doing their thing over there. Straight people. It was just like, it felt
My
I mean,
so...
that's
dream.
dreamy.
I loved it. It was so hot. And the thing in Brazil...
I've never been to a place like that in America.
I don't think it exists.
Yeah.
I can't think of a place like that that exists. But the thing about Brazil that I love is that what is part of the culture there is like you go into a space, whether you're queer, straight, whatever, and you see someone, you make eye contact, and y'all into it, you just kiss and you make out. There's no conversation. That's just how they exist. Like I walk into this room, I'm like, hey,
And it's a vibe.
and you just kiss. There's no conversation. Like that is what the culture of Brazil is, and I want to
like
move
actually
to Brazil.
make out.
Yes, like not like a little.
That's really cute.
Your tongue.
But
you're
just to
like
clarify, this
experiencing
is
that
in a
person.
club, not just like in the grocery store.
I haven't tried it at a grocery store, but maybe that would
Wait,
be awesome.
also, how did you get introduced to the culture? Did the culture happen to you?
Yeah, the culture happened to me, and I was
As
like,
it does.
I was like, oh, okay, that was weird. And then because we were there on with myself, Valentina, and some other girls from the show, we were there on tour, and one of the promoters were like, don't worry, like that's like Brazil culture. I was like, what? And I
So
was explaining, I was
cute.
like, that's how we greet each other at
Yeah.
a party. Like that's just a thing. Like you make eye contact and you feel the vibe, and you just go in for a kiss and everyone
what's
just
there.
See what's there.
Like full tongue?
full tongue.
So, but did you
Wow.
experience that thing like with different people of like sometimes you like the taste of their spit and sometimes you don't?
Yeah, well, I'm very big on oral hygiene.
Oh my
100 I can
God.
tell.
Oral
100%.
hygiene
You have
is-
beautiful teeth.
Thank you.
You're flossing every day?
I floss every
Of
day
course.
with a water flosser.
Yeah, of
Absolutely.
course.
Yeah. And then like once a week I'll do the manual one, but I water floss every day.
That's really good. I feel like my dentist gave the approval for like water pick.
Yes.
As long as you're like using the real thing once a
Mhm.
week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's like it's fun. to
Yeah,
use.
it really is. And people like it gets everywhere. I'm like, if you like learn how to do it, like it does
Yeah,
not
100.
splash everywhere. You gotta just figure out how to make it work.
Also, why are you having an issue with that? I mean, what's the problem with that? It's water.
It's that acid rain.
Yeah, what's the deal?
Well, my friend, what really brought into perspective a few years ago, my friend who is, she has sex with men with penises.
The way
sure.
you
Well, you
said
know,
that.
Men with penises.
Because I'm,
For sure,
I'm
though.
like, I wanted to be a lesbian so bad. I had some of my female friends, but she's like, girl, like, I was hooking up with this guy was eating me out and he fucked up my pH balance. I was like, what? It was like she found out he had so much plaque that him eating her out. I was like, this is another reason 742 why I need to stop fucking with dudes
That
and be
is
a lesbian.
so crazy.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
That's my number. Well, I'm in a long-term relationship, but that's my number.
Well, even in your
one
relationship, I feel
red
like you're
flag.
really like you guys police each other about your oral hygiene all the time.
I
I
I've
police my
witnessed
boyfriend about
it.
his.
I
Yeah,
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly like does all the tongue scraping and shit
Oh,
to have good breath.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
If you have bad breath, like tongue
Tongue.
scraping is like the thing to do.
Mhm.
I don't know about that, but
It helps with like halitosis, which I guess that's just bad breath.
I mean, I brush my tongue.
apparently, I don't
different
fucking
thing.
So
know.
some people have like a really bad, not bad, but like an extra
people have
thing
a
you can
build-up.
do. You can like tongue scrape. I don't. I only brush my tongue too. I don't tongue scrape. But I know some
Yeah.
people that tongue scrape.
Yeah, but the floss is huge.
Yeah, and I didn't stop flossing until like my mid-20s.
I think most.
I
I
got
think
shamed
most
into
people,
it by
I think most
my
people.
band.
Word.
Yeah.
I feel like because there's.
I don't remember shaming you, but it sounds like something. It sounds like something I
It
would
was
do.
a cultural shaming. You know, it's like when they're not like talking about you, but it's like if like I don't know,
Everyone's
if
saying
you're
how
overhearing the
gross it is.
conversation
Yeah.
of how gross it is, you're like, Roger that.
It is so fucking gross.
Yeah, and it's really
Yes.
crazy that people like don't think
It just
of
shows
it
you don't
as
care
a-
about yourself.
It really does. It
Well,
really does.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, but it's like one step where it's like gingivitis. Don't get me this. I'm on my soapbox. Gingivitis is the number one cause of heart disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta fucking-
Isn't
it's
it
like
also
2
connected
seconds.
to Alzheimer's and
Yeah,
other...
it's connected to so many things. Think about your blood. Like it goes directly into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all those like processed foods and chemicals and
Uh-huh.
other things we're eating is going right into your blood.
Yeah.
It
But your
really-
teeth
it
are
really
like
just-
gleaming,
Oh my God,
shining,
thank you.
sparkling.
Yeah, you look
Thank
like
you,
you
thank
go
you.
to the dentist all the time.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. So like mid-20s, I think this is like when like I'm 34 now. So like 26, 27, 20, yeah. I think that's when like veneers and stuff started to like get like a little popularity. So I go to my dentist. I'm like, before I had a regular dentist, and I was like, I want to get veneers, and he was like, okay. And then so like a week.
Wait, why?
Right. So it's like a few weeks later, my other friend is like, hey, I had this lesbian dentist. Her name is Dr. Harrison and Madison Dental Group. I am forever indebted to her. She made
Cute.
going to the dentist like not the scary thing.
Yeah.
She was like, she's like, you're not getting veneers. Like your teeth are fine. We're gonna give you some Invisalign. We're gonna like get you on a great regimen, and you're gonna love your teeth. And then so Dr. Harrison just turned my life around about dentistry, and I fucking love it.
Like
yeah,
a
you have
good
perfect
doctor.
teeth. The
So
shape
sweet.
of your
Thank you,
teeth are
thank you, thank you,
beautiful.
thank you.
It's
Yeah.
it's such. You have wonderful teeth too. You have
Oh, so
both.
do you.
Yeah.
mine a little small. I just ground. I ground.
No,
to
but
the,
you know,
to
I
pulp.
feel like that's a thing where it's like people are insecure about having small teeth and then they get
Yeah, I don't.
veneers
I'm
and
not
then
gonna
they
do
have
anything.
huge
I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I think we all here have beautiful teeth. I've been
Wow.
told.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful Tooth
Yeah.
Club.
Yeah.
Man, you guys both look so good. What is up with you guys? What have you been doing that makes you so beautiful and fresh looking?
Well, it's something that I've been doing for a long time.
What is it?
I will tell you, Josette.
Thank you.
have been using a little magic fairy dust that I refer to as AG1.
Wow.
And I refer to it as that because that's what it's called.
Wow.
And it's
Facts.
And it is a morning powder.
Simply put,
It's a morning powder, and it's a nutritional supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut health support. And it's backed by multiple research studies. So, in other words, like they did the science.
so you do the powder.
So I'm doing the powder.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've heard that AG1 is so energy filling that it makes you shoot straight up in the day. That's more than coffee could ever do.
There's something about it being so energy filling that's more than coffee could ever do. And I can say that from firsthand experience. If there's one product I trust to support my whole body health, it's AG1. And that's why I've partnered with them for so long. Starting your journey with AG1 is a win. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/gayotic. That's drinkag1.com/gayotic. Check it out. Wait, there's so much shit that I want to talk to you about. I feel like you have so much exciting stuff going on in life right now.
God.
Yeah, didn't you just release an EP?
Yeah, I released my EP Grey Rainbow Volume 1.
Yeah.
So good.
And thank you.
It's
and
so
it's just
good.
like, I mean, I need to say all this. Like, music is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And like, you work so much at it and like recording and like,
Tell us about it.
yes, I've been
What
working
was
on
the process?
I've been working on this for 3.5 years. Recorded
Damn.
the first demo.
That's right.
October 2020. So almost 4 years. And, you know, it's just like just going. I had recently like broken up with someone, but also which every fucking song's great love song starts that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like the process of like being like upset that I'm obsessed with this person. Like, I'm the type of person, bitch, I am stalking you. I'm like looking at all the things and so mad at myself that I'm doing it. I'm like, ew, don't be that person.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is
And
like,
that's like on the title track, right?
yeah.
That as an opener was so sick. Just like, I'm
You.
upset, like being like meta about it.
Yeah.
And then there's just so much good like wordplay on this record
Thank you,
that
thank you,
I
thank
feel
you.
like is like, it was giving Beyonce to me.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, it really was.
Well, you know, I listen to y'all. I just love the way that y'all write music, and y'all are big inspirations to me. Like people like y'all, people like SZA, people like
SZA.
This is the
such a great
one.
writer.
She's the one.
The
Such a
one.
great writer. Like
I know.
lyrics. And I was the other day. I was listening to some interview and it made so much sense. I'm like, yeah, her songs sound like that. Like she's not like she doesn't hear a track and writes it. She like writes a poem and she makes the poem fit into whatever. Like you know what I mean? And it's just so beautifully done. And when I was writing my music, I just want to be really honest. Like I wrote a song, Streetlight, which is in my 20s, I fucked a lot of DL dudes. I was fucking a lot of DL
Well,
guys. DL
I
guys.
get it.
Oh, all of them. Like,
get it.
All guys who are all unemotionally available, who I
Totally.
could never really have,
Yeah.
who were never available to me, but being obsessed with like falling in love with guys like that and having like hooking up for like a week and being like, oh my God, is this my boyfriend? And literally never hearing from them ever again. I've had it all the time. And then sort of the song Streetlight about that because it's such a vulnerable thing that I felt. And I realized not just me, like I have a lot of trans friends who have that experience, who guys want to just love them in the dark. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
totally.
So that was a big. So I just wanted to be really open and really vulnerable and just talk about my gay queer feelings and in an R&B space. That's something I don't feel like I see a lot. Like
No, not at all.
I'm like, there's so much good like queer R&B music out there, but it doesn't get the light of day. And
I
don't
was
get to
like
hear a lot of it.
so blown away listening to Streetlight. I was like, this is just such a fucking moment because I do think that like it just made me think about how that kind of like side chick trope
Yes.
that is everywhere in R&B, like really the people that are in some ways like the best qualified to speak to that like are like the queer, genderqueer people and the
Yeah.
trans girls and the
Yes.
people who like society has not given cis men permission to like love them in the light of day.
yeah,
Yeah.
or just hypersexualize only.
Yeah,
Yes.
only that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like to actually speak to the pain of that is like so powerful, but then it's compounded like it's I think what you're doing, I just want to validate that like what you're doing is really hard because like you're this hot talented girl, but like still the society, I think we kind of understand this in a certain way, like being in a band that where it's a different version of it, but like we all have different gender presentations
Yeah.
and we're also like not orienting ourselves necessarily for like male consumption.
Yeah.
But it's like being like this EP is like main R&B girl,
Yeah.
but is society at a place where like we're actually willing to like acknowledge that where there's like mainstream desire,
Yeah.
Yeah. for someone who's not like a cis girl.
Yeah, and like, and I try to follow in the steps of people like who y'all have broken through. People are like, y'all have given this fucking sapphic a fucking. It's so fierce, it's so hot, it's so dope, and I'm like, I want to try to do that for like
Yes.
for the queer R&B girlies out there.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I
have to
mean?
start somewhere, and it's very possible that it's like. I also think there's another like fight you're fighting of like drag
music,
girls. Like it doesn't have to be one thing.
Yeah,
and
Totally.
Trixie does the same thing
Yeah.
where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, we're actually musicians.
yeah,
Totally.
Who like can make music in whatever genre.
yeah,
I think we've like gone through a little bit of that in the sense of like, I think being a gay artist, like there's emphasis on like making music that works for the club,
Yeah, totally.
mm-hmm.
but like also this music does work for the club.
That's a big thing too. I'm like, I feel this like tug and pull of, well, I should just like make more like clubby, like dancey songs so I can get more attention. I'm like, that's not where my heart vibrates.
Totally.
That's not what my heart wants to do. My heart wants to make the music that I want to make. But I do feel like the pressure, like, well, girl, if we just did something that was more like, you would
Right,
get,
right.
they
You
would pay more
know.
at Pride and would do all things. I'm like, that's not what my heart wants. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna just authentically and just intrinsically do what I feel is where my, and if it gets play, that's amazing. If it doesn't, I'm still happy with the thing that I produced,
I think you're just like genuinely so cool, and the music is so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like that is something that we talk a lot about, like holding on to. Yeah, it
Well,
might
it's the only thing you can really like.
might
You
not,
can't
like,
fake
pay
that
off.
shit
Yeah.
though. Too.
it might not pay off like financially for
Yeah.
a minute. But if you want to talk about being like your favorite artist, it's like,
Yeah.
you're committing to a path of like inspiring other people and opening doors.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like it's a rough road to genuinely be like pioneering something.
Yeah.
But I do think that we will eventually get to a place where like drag queens can make whatever type of music they want to make in our respect. Like there's gonna be examples like you and Trixie of like actually just great musicians. I don't know. There needs to be there's a lot of progress to be made in that area.
I know I will like, for me in my head, what would be like the thing that I'm like, you know what? I don't care what happens next. If I know that SZA has my music and she likes it, she is,
Well,
first of all, I
oh my
met her
God.
and she is literally one of the
When did
sweetest.
you meet her?
Let me tell you. So
Also in Brazil.
in Brazil, kiss her.
And we
Oh my God,
kissed
SZA.
right away.
I was
Jesus
like-
Christ.
Oh my God, kissing SZA, I would anyway.
Brain malfunction.
Oh, my brain will melt. So I was on my way to ACL because she headlined ACL 2022, I think. And it's not, 2022.
Hottest festival.
Oh my God, it was so hot.
Yeah,
but I mean, I
hell.
did so much Molly and mushrooms. I was just, and people like asking me for pictures. They're like, Monét, is that you? I'm like,
Pupils like saucers.
Girl.
Yeah.
So then I'm on the flight. I'm like flying from LAX to Austin. And I got upgraded to first class. I'm like feeling my puss.
Good girl.
And I'm in like, I'm in seat 1B. And then I'm just scrolling through Instagram. Like we're like an hour from landing. And then because we had the good Wi-Fi on this flight. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is so shit. Like you literally can't.
I'm not trying to go on the Wi-Fi.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think some of like the working girls who are like actually about it, like they'll use the Wi-Fi. I'm just trying to not exist. I'm like, I don't know why I would make myself accessible when I have a reason to not be.
True.
Like,
true.
no, you can't talk to me right now.
Yeah, true. I should lean into that more, honestly. Just detaching a little bit on the flight. But I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God. And then so I go on Instagram, I look at her story, and then she posted a thing on her story of her of like this way, and I could see like the top of the thing, and I'm like, looks like a Delta flight. An hour ago?
No.
And then I was like, wait, I saw that hat, and I look back in C3C on the aisle. Sitting right there. I was like, oh.
So you're in first class, with SZA.
With SZA. So I text
That is so good.
my assistant Patty. I was like, Patty, oh my God, SZA on my flight. He's like, go say hi. I'm like, I cannot say hi. That's so annoying. She wants to like, she's flying to her show. I can't say hi to her. So then we
No,
land.
God has blessed you.
Girl, so we land and I get off the thing and I wait by the ticket counter like off the jet bridge. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna say hi. So I see her walk off. I was like, hey, I just want to say, hey, I'm such a huge fan. I'm flying here just to see you headline and you're amazing. She's like, oh my God, are you Monét? And I was like,
I would have shit my pants. I would have
did.
actually shit my
Boy,
pants.
You would have. I did. I was leaking. Okay. And I was like, she's like, oh my God, me and my team thought that was you. We're such big fans of you, and you're so dope. And I was like, I'm a big fan of you. I like love you. You're amazing. I can't wait to see you. And she's like, well,
so
if you need anything, like this is my assistant Amber. Like she'll take your number down, and like she'll like give you like some VIP tickets and stuff so you can watch the show. And she did, and like we talked for a little bit at Baggage Claim more, and they like I texted her assistant Amber. They got us to like watch the show at like this little VIP area with me and like 4 of my friends, and she was just so kind. So, like one of them, she was just so sweet and just literally amazing.
That's what I want to hear.
It
too.
doesn't really
You know?
surprise
So
me,
nice.
like actually thinking about it, that she knows who you are.
Oh my
Like,
God, of
that
course.
makes all the sense in the world. But the fact that it's just like I feel like she doesn't know that she's SZA.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I feel like she does. I'm like,
she doesn't act
girl.
like she knows that she's SZA.
And
I'm
then
like,
I went to go see her show like twice. I took my best friend to go see it one time in DC, and I took my assistant to go see it in LA. And then when I went to go see it in LA, and when I went to go see it in DC, I like bought like first row seat. I was like the first row, me and my friend.
You're like, remember me?
Yeah, so I'm on stage, and then there's a point she was singing Drew Barrymore, and she sees me in front. She's like, and she waved at me. That was like,
So
I would have
you're friends. You are friends.
And then she still following me on social media now. She like comments on my posts sometimes. I'm like, I love this woman so much.
She's heard the music, I'm sure. It's like
that's all I need to know in my life. That's to hear my music. I'm obsessed with her. She's amazing. Such a good artist.
Oh my god,
so sweet.
That is so sweet.
So sweet.
I think that's a dream scenario, though.
I know, it
I
really
don't know
was.
a better story about meeting somebody like that.
But it's because you're cool and she.
Yeah,
knows
I
that
mean, you're like
cool.
America's drag sweetheart, to be
Oh
honest.
my god,
Yeah.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, well, have y'all ever thought about like getting up in like drag?
Oh, I would totally fucking do
Would
it in a
y'all?
minute. I mean, I
I
can't
would love to,
do
but
it
I
myself.
don't. Yeah, we don't have the skills.
I know.
It takes so much.
I would
and
love
it's
to
like,
do. Don't they do like I mean, we're not. We need like D-list celebrity.
That's not true.
Drag
Y'all,
race.
are you joking me?
I would love to do
If
that.
y'all were on Celebrity Drag Race fans would fucking lose their minds. Are you kidding?
I know
Wait, is that
Leland's
a
talked
thing?
about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Celebrity
they did it.
Drag
They did
Race?
season 1 and season 2. Season 2 was way better than season 1.
Okay.
Myself, Brooklyn, and
the amount of
GGB.
spin-offs.
We were the. I know. We were like
Get
the queen mentors on season 2. Like
Oh,
for the whole
cute.
thing.
There's mentors.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean,
It's for charity, right, or
It's for
something?
charity.
Yeah.
But the Drag Race fans would die if y'all. Are you
I
kidding
think Joe
me?
would be really good at it.
I
think
would.
Joe
I
is
would
really
love
cunty.
to.
It would
Well,
be
I
so
love
good.
Drag Race. Like, I
Yeah.
really.
I'm
I
like,
fucking love it.
I mean, I'm kind of in the Chapel camp of like, I'm not doing looks nearly as intense as she is, and I'm not wearing. I wear like extensions and like pieces a lot, but I'm not. I don't really.
You're
have,
bio
like,
drag
full
ish
wig,
on
but I'm,
stage.
I love
yeah,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
doing. I feel
Hi,
like
femme.
it takes me sometimes like hours to get ready for a show, and I'm doing like body modification. You know,
Word.
so yeah, I made the decision. Like, I don't know if it's a forever decision, but I'm like, I don't want to get like I don't want to get like work done on my body for the time being, but I like having like fake boobs in for shows and stuff like that. I'm like, it's fun. So
Yeah.
I think I do a certain element of
You
drag.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like drag is not just one. Like that is like your drag. Like you're showing up to your thing and you're like doing your version of drag. I fucking love that shit. And I love bio queens. I'm like obsessive. Victoria Scone on
Huge.
She
Yeah.
made me fall in love with bio queens and some other queens when I used to like before I was a drag race girl in New York City. Like Clemson Kitty in New York City. Like bio queens, and it fucking used to piss me off. And people are like, well, it's not like real drag. I'm like, why is it not real drag? Just because they happen to have vaginas, them
Right.
putting on wigs and corsets and boobs and
Totally.
hips and makeup is not drag?
Right.
Yeah.
How does a vagina change any of that?
Right. It's
It's
still
so stupid.
Yeah, and I think I mean everything that's happened like recently in terms of like the gender expansion of drag is very exciting to me.
I think so
Oh,
too.
totally.
I agree.
And like even the movement, I feel like this was like such a moment in RuPaul history. Like I don't really know too much about it, but like the conversation around trans girls like being a part of the show
Mhm.
and like changing the language of like what was it? What did it used to be? Like
It was
may the best
You may the best woman win. Yeah.
may the best
Gentlemen, start your engines and let the best
Yes,
woman
that's
win.
what it
Yeah.
was. Gentlemen start
Yeah.
yeah. And then they changed that. And
to drag
and,
queens.
and made the best drag queen win. And I think that, RuPaul is from a certain era, and I think
Totally.
he misspoke, and I think that he realized that the error in his ways,
Mm-hmm.
and then, and they've changed that for the good on the show. And I think
Yeah.
that it's only because you think of things like Continental and all these pageants who trans queens are like the epitome of
Oh,
what drag should be. Like
100%.
they're the ones who set the standard. So
Yeah.
why would these queens not be allowed on Drag Race? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I read this book recently. I think her name is Jules Gill Peterson, and it was about like it's called A Short History of Trans Misogyny. But like
Whoa.
a big point that she made in the book that I thought was so interesting was like, in this history of like drag queens working, one of the big ways that like trans misogyny functioned was that if a queen like started wearing women's clothes like when she wasn't working and like just basically like started to transition like socially in her life, then that queen would be kind of like excommunicated from working circles and really disenfranchised.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
When
seen
was-
as
when
like
was- what
like
years?
the 50s.
Oh, the
Oh,
50s.
okay.
Okay.
Like
Whoa.
50s, 60s. Like so I don't know how long this lasted and was the culture. I think like there was another like big shift during the AIDS epidemic, but I think that there was like this, I mean, it almost is like a form of misogyny being like, okay, I'm like it's different to be a working man who's performing femininity because it's a way to make money.
Yeah.
Versus like if you're just a woman, like then you shouldn't be able to make money from this.
Yeah.
Like it's not it's different because like for me it's a choice and for you it's like this is the way you are and this is like there was just it was looked down upon. So that
Yeah.
was like one of the
It
reasons that a lot of
yeah.
trans women
makes sense.
like moved into other types of work, including sex work, because
Yeah.
like they just wouldn't have the same opportunities.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think it like just means a lot historically
Yeah.
that the main place for like the main stage for drag queens now had to have this kind of reckoning.
Yeah.
And, like-
I'm happy it happened. I'm so happy it happened. I can't wait for the reckoning to happen for drag kings.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what
Yeah.
the thing that's going to make it happen, but
Why do you think like no one cares?
I mean, it's
No,
probably the
I-
thing is old as time.
like what?
yeah.
I mean, it's still like misogyny. You know what I mean?
Because it's women doing it?
yeah.
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 Mm. Or is it that like
People don't
somebody
wanna
who's
look at
pretending to be a man? It's like
not as interesting.
Yeah, it's like we'd rather watch women. You know, we'd rather watch the queen.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love fake boobs?
Also,
Yeah.
people might be
Yeah.
mad that if I said like no one cares. 'Cause
No,
obviously people
No,
do care.
but
Yeah.
people do care.
Yeah.
But
But
I
you know
think-
what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I 100% get what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, there
Yeah.
needs to be someone like RuPaul. You know what I mean? Like a RuPaul of drag kings.
Which I don't know who that is.
No,
And,
no, I don't either.
I don't. You know, I mean, and I know maybe like a handful of drag kings. You know what I mean? I don't know a whole bunch of drag kings.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like Tenderoni's a really fierce drag king out of Chicago.
Cute.
Obviously, Landon Cider. So I don't know a whole bunch of drag kings, but
shit, I don't.
I know, you know what I mean? Like they're just not, you know, I don't see them as much as drag queens. I'm like, oh my God, I feel bad. I should know more drag kings,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I really hear you. But that would be exciting.
Yeah.
I would be ready for that, obviously,
You-
for
you-
multiple
You
reasons.
said something about sex work, and I was like, oh my God, I remember that. Like one of the moments in my 20s where I was like, oh my God, are you gonna go down this route? I was looking up with this guy. We're at this seedy hotel. It was something by LaGuardia in Queens. And after we hooked up, he left me $500. I was like, am I gonna be a sex worker?
I mean,
I was like, should I? If I can get $500 a dude, and then I tried it for like
But
2
you weren't
weeks, and I'd be like,
expecting that.
I wasn't.
yeah,
It's like Carrie in Sex and the City. There's an episode where this happens to her.
Yes.
that's so cute. You had
Yeah.
a Carrie moment.
I had
Yeah,
a
you had a
Carrie
Carrie
moment.
moment.
And I was like, oh my God, I should be a sex worker. This is great.
Yeah.
But then I never was able to get that kind of money again. I was like,
Right. You're like, okay, that was beginner's luck.
oh girl, the most I was being offered was $25. $25.
No.
No.
Not for my
I douche
princess.
for this. Are you kidding?
Not for my princess. Not for that ass.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I
Excuse
mean?
me. Yeah. no.
$500 is also like that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. But I thought
I think most of us
I thought
have
that was
had.
a standard. You know
I
what
think
mean?
a lot of us
Oh my
have
God.
had moments wondering about that.
Right?
I when I was in high school, my best friend and I were Googling on my mom's computer sugar mamas.
Oh, cool. I
'Cause
love
we're
that you
like-
wanted a sugar mama.
Yeah. I mean,
Still the
I would
dream.
still- yeah.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna say that. I could
definitely.
see it in your eyes.
I would still definitely sorry to my partner, but I would still, and she would hopefully be fine with it too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we both do
Same.
it. We
I
both
would
do it.
absolutely get a sugar daddy.
So wait, so speaking of sexual exploits when you're younger, we like to ask on Gayotic, like, if you have a memory of one of the first moments that you realized like that there was something going on with the fruitiness, like first crush or like first moment, whether it was exciting or if it was like, oh fuck. I know you grew up in St. Lucia.
So I was born in Brooklyn,
Okay,
but
cute.
6 months old.
Yeah.
I lived in St. Lucia from the time I was like 6 months until I was 10.
Okay.
So my formative years were like down there. But
Yeah,
I moved
wow.
back here at 10 years old, which was like what, 4th grade, going to 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
a
so-
big
It
big
is.
point.
And
too.
I was this like fat, chubby kid from the islands with a thick, like St. Lucian accent.
Yeah.
I
was
need
made
to
fun of
hear that.
constantly.
What does it sound like?
Oh my God, there's this video that fucking Bob's boyfriend produces our podcast, and he'll just find these random clips and play them during the episode, and we're always like, oh my God. And it's a clip of me in 2014. I won Miss Gay Caribbean.
Whoa.
Like
That's so
old
cute.
Monet. And like when I get around my family and I'm with a lot of people from that diaspora,
Yeah.
I like my accent just comes out.
Yeah,
Wow.
So
of
it's this video
course.
of me talking to camera, and it's just like anyway, you can hear the accent very thick. I'll show it to you after.
That is so cute.
And then so I'm in middle school here in Brooklyn, and then there was this one boy I just remember being obsessed with him. His name was Black, and he was like our middle school bully, like our middle school terror. He was always yeah. He was always running around but always like the freshest outfits on, a new pair of Jordans, a fresh haircut all the time. He would like run around like flashing his abs to all the girls.
Okay, so he had points.
Oh yeah, and they will always be like, ew, and I was like, ooh, like just into it. He was always also bragging to everyone in middle school how he was about to join the Crips, as in like the Bloods and the
Shaka.
Crips.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
In 7th grade,
sure.
it was fucking hot.
And you
okay?
said, I'm looking for a gangster.
Oh yes, and then so he's also the first time I remember being like really conscious of pheromones. Like I was like addicted to how he smelled. Like his fucking Axe body spray
Yeah, it
had
must
me in
have
a
been.
fucking chokehold.
Oh,
Was
Okay,
he bullying you?
like he would bully me a little bit, but not anything crazy. That's why I was always like he practiced
Was it
restraint.
flirt bullying?
You know what I'm saying? There was like a
Yeah.
little restraint there. So I think like, oh, like, so then me and him, we get paired up to do a take-home project for our midwinter break. Because in New York, I don't know, I don't think they have it here.
Getting paired up with your crush. Like,
right?
it was so overwhelming for me, honestly. I don't know if you
Too much.
liked that. I thought it was too much.
It was too much for me, but I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to get to talk to Ricardo on the phone. Oh my God.
You're like, we're basically dating.
Yeah, literally. And then so we couldn't get any time to do the project because my grandmother was on the phone all day long sending money to goddamn Joel Osteen or some
So
bullshit.
cute.
Jesus.
And my brother was like talking to his girlfriend all night long. So
You live with your grandma?
I did when I moved back because my parents were
really
still
cute.
yeah. And then so like he invites me to come over to his house to do the project at his house.
Okay.
And then long story short, we like he like asked
Wait.
me, girl, he
Wait.
was like, do you want to see this movie I got? And I was like, sure.
It was porn.
So he puts in
Yeah.
this blue VHS tape into the big fucking TV, and this gay porn comes on, and we and him jerk off together in his basement.
No.
And that was like my first same-sex experience with my fucking bully crush guy.
Oh my
My God.
God.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like this and the SZA story are both like, it's like the interaction is so much more than you could hope or dream. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
That
God.
was- yeah. And we started having these like secret jerk-off sessions all the time.
Oh,
Like,
so
right.
it wasn't just a one-time
no,
thing.
No. It
Would
kept
you
going on.
jerk each other off?
No, just each other. Just
To-
each other.
looking
at
just
each other.
ourselves. Sorry.
Just each
No. We only jerk ourselves off next to each other on the couch.
You know
If that
what?
isn't gay, I don't know what
You
is.
know what I
Sorry,
mean?
You know what I
Susan.
mean?
Yeah.
And then my
Wow.
best friend, who's still my best friend, Kamika, she like has like she like still knows everyone from the neighborhood, and like he's still in our same neighborhood where we grow up.
Oh my God.
And he has like 2 kids, and he has like a
Oh
girlfriend
my
and everything,
God.
or a
I-
wife or something.
There's
I don't
always
know.
people like that.
I
know.
love that. But the
Never
thing is,
left.
it's just like everybody's queer.
I know, right?
Yeah. You
Everyone
know?
is queer.
Everybody's queer.
Yeah.
But society has made these fucking dudes so scared to tap
Totally.
into any bit of their queerness.
Yeah.
And now they become prisoners in their body. Like they can never experience like some other forms of love and life because they're
Totally.
they're incapacitated by the thought of that they might be gay or queer.
It's really sad, and I think it's a lot harder for men. I do think that that's like one of the weird like benefits of misogyny in some ways, because it's like women I don't know if it's because
Well, girl
people
crush.
think
You
it's
could be like,
hot.
I have a girl crush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or people
Yeah.
think it's like not threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so much more space.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Well, yeah, if two
queerness and
girls are hooking up, a
bisexuality.
guy can be like, well, I'm going to join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you
Yeah.
can't, and you're not invited. So no.
No, but, you know, the fantasy.
But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I know so many men in my life who like have either actually confided in me or like I just know that on some level there's like there's a more nuanced story there.
For sure. Like I'm telling you, all those DL guys I hooked up with, sometimes they had girlfriends and they had
Totally.
they had wedding rings on. And
Did
like,
you ever like feel like, because I don't know, I have a hard time knowing my place in those situations, and sometimes I want to like let someone else know, like
I
he's doing
felt
queer
that,
stuff.
But girl, I'm hooking up with Black, Dominican, and Puerto Rican men in Washington Heights. I
Right,
need to
you're
stay
leaving it
far
alone.
away,
Yeah.
girl.
Right,
Like, I do not need to get involved. But a piece of me, I was like, oh my God, I'm such a bad person. I'm like helping this guy cheat on his person.
no.
I'm like, so sometimes shit happens to me today. I'm like, that's my karma from 2019.
I feel you. I have a song on our second record called Taken that's like all about kind of like my history of like liking people that really, for me, it was more like just people that were emotionally unavailable. But like the height of that is like obviously if they're in other relationships. I loved like guys that were in open relationships but like had a primary girlfriend. Like there was something
Okay.
about that was like,
Because then you knew that there would never be any like that you liked being not the primary.
But here's what's fucked up about it is like I would tell myself in the beginning like, oh, I like that there's not a chance of like being the primary because I want to have my own like autonomy. But then like I would have sex with them once and I would fall in love, and then I would be like,
Damn.
I would like to be the girlfriend. You know, I'm like living in The Weekend by
It's so
SZA.
common,
Yeah.
though. I don't know if people, it's because of like being afraid of actually having like attachment and vulnerability, or if it's like
Yeah.
wanting to like to hurt yourself. You know what I mean? It's probably all, but I think it's
Yeah.
just like everybody has that. You know?
a
Yeah,
little bit of that.
we do crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's like that thing of like if it's harder to get than you.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a take recently. This like might be like just too fucking heady and crazy, but I heard a take recently that said that we do this because of capitalism. Because
Okay, let's hear it.
listen.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay.
I mean, I believe
So
it.
like capitalism, like supply and demand, like we think that if something is hard to get,
Uh-huh.
that it is more valuable.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
So like
Totally.
the harder that something is to like, if it's hard to get someone's affection, then we value it.
Yeah,
more.
and then when you have it, you don't fucking
Oh my
want
God,
it.
That
that's
makes a little bit of
it
sense,
makes
right?
A
Definitely.
lot of sense.
Definitely.
So this is why we need to overthrow the government so that I can stop fucking
adequately.
around. Yeah, with these fucking.
Oh my God, that does
fuckboys.
make sense though. The
Yeah.
capitalism thing.
Kind of crazy.
God,
I
it
mean,
all
we're
comes
just
back to all that
pilled.
shit. I'm
Doesn't
honestly. I just
We're
want to.
fucked.
Yeah, we really are fucked.
We really
I just
are
want to spend the
so
rest of my
fucked.
days just in Joshua Tree on tripping on acid every day.
That's cute. Are you into like psychedelics?
Oh, I love psychedelics.
That's
I'm
so
a
cute.
big fan of psychedelics. I love acid. I love mushrooms. I'm into ketamine here and there.
I've never done.
I've never done
ketamine. But I've
ketamine.
Really?
heard-
No.
It's very dissociative.
It
And you're
became
just like-
when I stopped doing drugs, it became more popular.
I love drugs that
Yeah.
that are good for music. Like any drug that I do is because like I
Around
get
music?
to experience music. Like when I went to like really get into an album, and I do acid maybe like once a year. Maybe.
Can
or
you
twice a
write
year.
when you're on acid?
I never tried.
But
I
probably
would be-
not.
I probably not. The second time I ever did acid, I was in Joshua Tree with some friends, and we dropped the acid. And because in my friend group I'm the tank, it always takes me more to
Oh, you're
get.
the
Yeah,
tank.
I
Okay.
used to be that person.
I'm that person. So everyone dropped their acid. I'm like, guys, it's not working. I'm not feeling anything. They're like, girl,
Yeah.
give it a chance. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take some mushrooms too. So I took
You're gonna
like-
have a little cocktail.
Oh my God.
Mushroom. And it was a crazy trip. But we were listening to like, for some reason, like 60s Motown music. And when I tell you, I could hear the keys in the car that were in the studio. Like I was hearing, and I'm like,
I
y'all,
love
do y'all
that,
hear
though.
this?
I
Hearing
love
like
that.
all the emotional drama that's going on.
It was insane. I was like,
love that.
Oh, I was like, can y'all? I was like, listen, right here. Do you hear that? That is a hubcap right there. Like I was
That
like
is actually
into
an
the music.
amazing choice to listen to Motown though, because I feel like that music was recorded like in a physical space.
Oh, totally.
With so much energy
Yes.
still in it. Like
Totally.
I do
Yeah.
feel like that is missing a lot these days from like modern recorded music, is like we're just doing it so piecemeal and so much of our sounds are synthesized, so we don't have that same feeling.
Well,
yeah.
this reminds me, it's not exactly the same, but we took Molly once when we saw Lady Gaga at Coachella,
Yeah.
and we were all so fucking high.
Well,
Whatever.
we saw Bon Iver.
Yeah, we
and
saw
then
Bon Iver first, and
Lady
then we were
Gaga.
starting to come down when Gaga came in, but she replaced Beyonce, right? Last minute.
Oh.
And the whole time, we were convinced that, like, we were just high. We were convinced she's like, something's not right with her.
Something's going on.
We're like,
With
something
Gaga.
is going on. But it's like, when you're on just like drugs and you're just
Yes.
like, you narrativize everything
but I
so
thought
well. But I think something was actually going on.
This was like the year that like her friend was dying.
But we didn't know at the time.
Oh.
Like
but we could tell
We could
that.
tell.
Yeah, but the whole time we were like,
feel
it's
it.
not
You could
right.
feel it,
Yeah, we
like-
could feel it. But you probably, you know what, I do think you felt it.
I do. I really think I felt it. I really felt it. It was. I had this connection. I was like, oh my god, and like we listened to some Ella Fitzgerald, and I was like, listen to her, listen to how she's saying that word, and I was just like, it was just like such a crazy. I was like in the music.
The
As a singer, though,
realizations.
do you like? I mean, like, because you're a technically trained singer. Is it hard for you sometimes to listen to other singers? Like, do you hear technique when you listen, or is it just?
In certain singers, I hear like crazy technique. Like you listen to someone like Celine Dion.
Oh my god!
And the way
My
her
heart.
technique in singing. Oh my god! I watched a documentary the other day on the plane.
I need to
and
watch it.
I'm sure.
It's devastating.
It's devastating.
But
it
I'm
really
so
is.
proud of her.
Right?
Like the emotional vulnerability
Yes.
is crazy.
Like as a singer, I'm like, this thing is like, I feel I have so much
It's like who
connection.
you are.
It's who I am. And
Yeah.
like because even like a few months ago, I was having really, really, really like medical grade, like bad, like acid reflux. I wake up in the morning
Oh my
Poor
god!
baby.
and my voice would be like, I couldn't.
What
I
you
was
got
it
your
on
back
your
on
on
a
tour?
slant now?
Yeah, I was good. I had to cancel my tour for it.
Wow.
Honey.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was, but then I see this doctor and Dr. Nazari, who's an amazing ENT.
I love
and
how
he-
you shout out all the
Oh,
doctors.
because
Yeah,
I'm
as you
so
should.
grateful for them.
Those
Oh
are the most
yeah, a good
important
doctor,
shout-outs.
dude. A good doctor will save your life.
Like really,
literally.
And he like yes, literally. And he fixed me, and he got me together. He was like these are the things you have to do. And now he put me on these like it was a regimen of like certain probiotics and things. And now I'm all good. But
Wow.
for a moment, I was like, am I never gonna be able to sing like
It's
how I'm
really
supposed to sing?
scary.
It's really scary.
Yeah.
So for Celine Dion to put it all out on the line like that,
Yeah.
and let us see such an intimate thing, like your instrument, it's devastating. But
That's so important.
But before that, her fucking technique.
her technique,
Yeah.
like when you sing, like I love watching her. I can just see her technique working so beautiful. Someone like Yolanda Adams, who is an amazing gospel singer, like, you can see when she goes into the high notes how she like smiles into all of them, and she like makes it just. I love watching the beautiful technique like happen.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's really just like the bones.
It
in
really
your
is.
face.
Yeah.
It's just creating.
You're playing an instrument with bones.
That's
It's
all
insane.
you're doing.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Layla Hathaway once came. Were you there when she came at
Yeah.
USC? And
Oh my God.
she
I saw
was
a video
doing
of her
like
talking
her
about
when she did like the what's it called when
like
she does the multiple
multitonal.
notes.
It's crazy.
And watching her do that and how she's just like
Did you know that when
Happy-
she did that, you know, like the Snarky Puppy video of her?
oh my
No.
god!
It's like
her
oh, you,
and,
you have
this,
to
like-
watch this
Snarky Puppy.
Snarky
Yeah,
Puppy.
yeah.
They're like a I guess is it jazz? They're just like really good musicians who like play with really good.
Yeah, I think they are
musicians.
Berkeley, but
yeah,
they're
they're unbelievable.
Okay.
They had a video go viral because it was like one of the first times that she had sung like multiple notes at the same time, like on video.
Uh-huh.
And I saw a clip of her talking about it recently where she
Yeah.
said actually that she like had never really done it before. Like it was just something that like
That's
or
so
she had done
her.
it before
Like, my
sometimes, but
God.
she didn't understand. She didn't know that she could change the notes. And she was like discovering that in real time and just messing around like when they were just fucking
Whoa.
jamming.
Jazz.
So
Yeah,
cool.
she is such
Jesus.
a brilliant.
I don't
musician.
really have technique. I have enough
You
technique
have
to
you
be
have
able
technique.
Are you joking?
to. Well,
You
I have
definitely
enough
have
technique to be.
technique.
I think if you're gonna tour and
mean,
like
you have
sing
to.
at show every
Yeah.
night, like you have
to.
You have
Yeah.
to.
And I'm learning how to do that. 'cause
Yeah.
it is
It's
a
a
lot.
huge
It's
transition.
So much.
Yeah.
I just want to like say like that really is hard. It's like a different way of singing. you
Yeah,
know?
it's kind of wild. And like, because classical music is so different, right? Because
Yeah.
even like when you go see, you look at an opera compared to a musical, in a musical, you're doing 8 shows a week. That singer, like Shoshana is singing Elphaba 8 shows a week, which is insane.
Have you done musicals?
No, because I don't think I would, but I
don't
need
think
to learn
so.
more.
No,
I need
I
to
agree.
learn because like as opposed to opera, they rehearse for weeks and they do maybe 6 or 7 shows over the course of like a month, 2 months. You know what I mean?
That's what we should be
Yeah.
doing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's just such. So coming from the classical world, kind of, I've had to like modify and break down a lot of the technique I learned in college to like be a better pop R&B singer, and it's just such an interesting thing. So when I bow and I'm so when I listen to people like you and like y'all tour and stuff, like how are y'all singing so many shows? It is remarkable to me. It is so beautiful.
And also like with today's like with the financial aspect of the industry being such shit, like you really do have to try and do as many shows in a row as you can.
Totally.
Like you have to tour, and you have to tour kind of as rigorously as you can.
Yeah.
It's just such a physical
athlete.
Yeah, it is.
Vocal athlete.
Yeah.
Wait,
in
so
every
what
way.
have you done already in terms of shows?
So I've been doing a bunch of Prides, which was really nice.
Yeah.
Really fun.
And since I have my own music out now I'm like getting out and doing my own original music.
Are you doing with a band or like you?
No, I do
tracks?
with tracks.
Yeah.
Smart for the
tracks.
beginning.
Hell yeah. Also, they want to see you work it. Too.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, but I would with a band, I would
Gag.
shit myself again. I would love to have a band, but like
so expensive.
I know that's the thing. It's so expensive.
One day though.
Yeah,
One day
definitely.
though.
Jesus.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of prides and stuff like that, and I've been doing this thing where because of me singing opera on Drag Race,
Yeah.
a lot of symphonies are really. I've been doing a lot of symphony work.
Whoa.
Yes,
I
and
wanna
they want
see.
to, and they want me to do my original music with them. So a lot of my music
That
has
is
strings.
unbelievable.
So my songs are being arranged for strings. So I did it a full show at Lincoln Center, like 3,000 people
That's so
singing my
iconic.
music, and they were all into it. And they were like, I was like, oh my god, my music sounds so amazing with like a full orchestra.
That
80-piece
is
orchestra.
You're like no band, but full 80-piece orchestra. Like okay,
I'm
bitch.
actually gagged.
Yeah,
It
that
was
is amazing.
So fun. It's so fun. So that's I'm happy to be in that.
Can we watch that on the internet, or is it exclusively locked down?
I think it's exclusive with them, but I have a little clip I can show y'all. Like,
Yeah, but you should put that out.
I know. But with the
That's
thing
really
with the
special.
symphonies, there's so much red tape. Like you
Oh, I'm
can't
sure.
record them,
Yeah.
and you can't produce it. It's
Right.
like
You
there's
can't
like a
touch
whole thing. You
this.
can't touch it. Like you can. It's only for the live experience.
right.
Which I totally get that. You know, it's
But
sacred.
I just want.
Oh
one
my
video
God,
of
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I've done it with now 3 different symphonies, and each time they're like, nope, you cannot record. There cannot be any recording of this.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Are they
I would
approaching
still
you,
do
though?
it, obviously.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that just shows how beloved though
Yeah.
that's
Thank you
unbelievable.
to RuPaul and his Drag Race. Like that's the reason.
Yeah, thanks,
like,
Mama Ru.
You know, I love her.
Insane.
Yeah, it's very sweet. So did you have to reschedule your tour?
Yeah, my tour is now scheduled for January now.
Okay, amazing.
And it's so, but that tour is because I did stand up too for a while.
Yeah.
I done just stand up, which
Oh,
I
that's-
love doing stand up.
I
I
can't
can-
imagine.
What?
That's scary.
It's so fun. I love stand
Yeah,
up.
but you're like
Yeah, because you
capital P performer.
You also
like,
just
you're-
like
you're-
have this like chill. You really do have like a trust. You come off as having like a trust in the universe.
I do.
Where it's like
I
you're not gonna
do.
tweak about like
Yeah.
putting yourself like risking something.
Yeah. Wherever the universe is pushing me, I'm like accepting that as what is supposed to happen. And you know what? Sometimes it fails. Sometimes it works. But I'm like, and if it fails, pivot to the next thing. And like,
Yeah.
just let things gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
So in this show, it's called Lifey Life, and it's all storytelling, stand up, and there's a music aspect of it. I don't want to give it away because it's a
yeah.
fun little thing that happens. But I'm gonna do a show in LA, and I would love to invite you if y'all would come
Oh
to the show. I
my
would love
fucking
that.
god! I would
like,
kill myself.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
I would love.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'll take
I'm
her
really
ticket.
busy.
I would love if y'all came. It's a really fun show.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
But the whole crux of it relies on this musical thing, and I'm like, I cannot be not okay here.
No, you
to
got
this
it.
thing.
Yeah.
So I was
You
like,
got it. It's also like just I mean, do you have a voice teacher who's
Yeah.
helping you with like preparing for a tour?
mhm.
Yeah,
yeah. His name is EJ Johnson.
Okay, cute.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
have the
I would
same
love to
voice
take
teacher
your-
from
College.
college.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, his name is Jeffrey Allen. And I mean, generally, he's doing like more therapy than anything.
Yeah.
Isn't
with
that what the
me.
voice is?
A lot of times,
though?
yeah.
I think it's just a manifestation of anxiety because it's like,
Anxiety, yeah.
But
what
you-
can you do?
but-
I can play guitar during a show. What can you? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like in the same way that you've learned through just like your experience doing drag. Like, I feel like when we started touring, I would go through these like stages of like, wow, the first week, it kind of feels like my voice is getting tired. Then like I would get scared that I was going to lose my voice.
Yeah.
But now I know like that's just the first week. Your voice is getting used to,
That
your
makes
voice
sense.
is learning like, oh, so we're going to do this every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, and it takes me, there's a period of time where it feels that way, but nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's gonna
Practice.
happen.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
So
also
it's
getting
like
used to
you'll
the
learn
chemicals.
the shape of it. Everyone
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the
That's so
pipes that
comforting
you
to hear.
have, yeah, like it takes your voice a minute like to learn, okay, this is the new routine, but
Mhm.
it will adjust. And then like I love when we have like, let's say like a TV performance or something like that. If we have that like in the middle of a tour.
Oh, that's well. You're
It's
just
great.
well. It's
That would
also it's like
scare
the
me.
chemicals.
No, it's not. It's not scary.
The
'cause
chemicals
by
don't
the time
work
you're
as you know what I mean. Like, well, TV, you're always kind of high, but I mean, like you're used to the
well,
chemicals.
TV
You're
sucks every time.
You're yeah, that's the worst. But I mean, like you're used to the adrenaline rush at this point of tour. Like you don't. It's not like it's like first show
You're not
of like
gonna
a
get
big
as
tour. It's
shaken.
like you just haven't done it in a while, so it's like
Yeah.
you know you're going off, but it's like middle of tour. You're not really as I mean, it's still great, but it's not like
Yeah.
you're going for it. And also you're just like used to. I mean, when you're practiced,
Yeah.
practice is for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's because that's when you can actually like improvise.
Yeah,
and be
yeah.
good.
Yeah. And get that's
Yeah.
what's gonna be.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's the same though in like drag and like comedy and like
And
no,
it's
but like y'all are like live musicians, like it's just like what I feel is different about live music is because y'all are so great at creating the atmosphere of what we're all going to experience.
Yeah.
Like, when we're coming
Mm.
to like we're like coming
we
to your
really
church.
think about that
but
a lot.
that's
And
though.
like-
also not just us. It is the fans.
Yeah, but I mean, like we do like when we do a live show. I mean, like we're thinking about like I think about so much of like the actual. I think there's an art in the flow of a set,
Yeah.
especially or if like you don't feel like you can do that, hire an MD who
Yeah.
feels like they understand like how a show should like move and feel. Like we spend so much time trying to figure out like because I don't know, it's an art form, but it is the fans. But the fans like they take that idea and like they go with it. But I do
Yeah.
think it's like
Yeah.
it's like the ocean or
It's also like it's a blessing and a curse like that you already have so much success and visibility like in your career.
Yeah.
Because when we were starting touring,
we failed so much.
there just were not a lot of people coming to our shows, So it was like we had this time to just like really put the hours in and like figure things out.
Yeah.
But I think like accepting that it's gonna be like a new process.
Mhm.
And in some ways it's like there's so much that's going to carry over from
Yeah.
just being a performer.
Yeah, and I think that with the Drag Race fans, I'm trying to like, especially my fans, who like me, Monét Exchange, and trying to like usher them into like, okay, guys, we're doing R&B now, and
Yeah.
like,
They're gonna love it. I know
hope
it.
so.
I know
I
it.
hope so.
I mean, the music goes, and
Yeah.
you're just a wonderful performer. They're gonna love it.
Yeah. Like it's actually great music.
thank y'all.
It
It's
really
very
is.
nice to hear from.
No, it's
Yeah.
just true.
Yeah.
No,
Thank
like the
you.
songwriting, it's great.
Well, I do have a question. So, like, when y'all like putting a set list together, like, do y'all are y'all like fighting like for like how y'all think it should go, or do y'all come to a general consensus pretty quickly? Because y'all have been
There
together
will
for
be
so
some
long.
fighting like based on certain songs that will be in.
Yeah, I mean, there's also it's like
because we have the discography at this
yeah,
point.
we do,
Yes.
but I
So much
think
music.
ultimately
So much
what wins, just because we've been doing this for so long, no matter what, it's like yeah, we might like certain songs, but if it doesn't feel good to the fans, then
Yeah.
it's just like it's not going to work. And we've taken
Mhm.
songs out of sets like for
Mhm.
that reason. There's a little bit of fight, but I mean, like we really like when we're kind of anal in the sense of like how the show should go. So there's not a lot of like once
We?
it's just
Or
me. I am. No, but I mean, like Naomi and I, like we take a lot of pride in like I think because I think it's like what makes us a good band. It's like we
Yeah.
know how it
Yeah.
should, but it's like we've
Feel.
been doing it like 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
But
yeah, but you gotta fuck them.
yeah, what? What do you mean by that one? What do you mean by that one?
Like it has to be like you're gonna like take control and like give them an experience.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
you-
You can't. We try to go. Well, I mean, the whole approach is like we try to like literally punch you in the face from the beginning of the set, and then we'll take a break, and then when you build back up,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's an arc. But I don't know if we ever fight. Once
What
in a
about
while.
my fight? I don't mean
No,
like
no,
fight. I
fight
meant,
about
like,
the set. Like
Yeah.
once,
like really duke it out or discuss. I mean, I think we just have disagreements sometimes.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what it is? It's between us and our production manager.
Oh, Ivan?
Ivan. Who has like
Ivan
3
is-
random songs that he's obsessed with that no one else cares about.
I love that. No, I love that. But we'll also do what's like that at a certain point. I mean, it will be different when we actually, like perform a new album again. But
Yeah.
it's like we will also just do what's easier for us
Yeah.
at this point too.
Yeah.
Are you
Where it's
going to
like, we just
tour
wanna
with
be
a sound
good.
person?
Yes, for sure.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So the crew will be like you.
I think we're looking like a 7, like is myself, my hair and / assistant Ty, tour
Amazing.
manager, sound guy,
Yeah.
like my front of house sound.
Wait, so
guy.
are you
Yeah.
going to be in full drag for all the
And
performances?
some people were like, I'm like, but I love getting in drag. I just,
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I don't feel like my art depends on the drag, but I just like it. Like, I
That's
like
so
just having
cute.
like a beautiful hair and makeup, and I just feel so femme and soft and
Yeah.
dope. You know
And
what I
that might
mean?
also be a part of the art. Like I do feel like Muna has become more and more of like I like playing like into an alter ego.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
It's like
it.
drag like doing that transformation helps you get into a space for performance.
Exactly.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like your drag character is an alter ego, or is it more of an extension? Or
My drag is definitely an extension. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like some queens, like, they had to put it on and to become like for like Ben de la Creme is an example of that. Like, she gets
Totally.
like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
but
Character
I
actor.
am just like this in drag.
Yeah.
But I just love the look of it. Look at the high glam of it. Just puts me in a happier mood. I wanna
Yeah.
say.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I'm seeing that as like that is the lesbian who like some days dresses super femme and some days dresses super masc. Like that's so you can still be honorary lesbian.
Love
That's
that.
what it's
Can I tell
giving.
you, I am one of my biggest, if there is some person of their God, whoever they are, I'm
Some
so
person.
upset that I was not born as a lesbian. I'm not just saying this.
We're
in here.
cool.
I think that lesbians are the super species. Y'all are women and y'all are queer. Like, y'all have all the best parts of humanity. And I'm so jealous
Aw.
that I have a penis. I mean, I hate that I have a penis
we
and not a
accept
vagina.
you.
But there are plenty of
We
first of all,
accept
there's
you.
plenty of lesbians with penises.
True,
You can absolutely still belong.
Who I was, I'm very upset that I was assigned male at birth when I was born.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I wish.
And being attracted to men, like I understand. Although, yeah, I mean now it's so like gray area.
I know,
it's,
it
like,
really is.
confusing, but
But
I hear you. I really do hear you. And I think that I think lesbian, like in the same way that like there can be gay icons that are straight, I think there are lesbian icons that are not lesbian. So
You think?
if that's what you're going for, then
okay, I would love to.
actually like when I'm actually trying to think about who. Oh yeah, Susan. What's her last name?
I don't know.
Boyle?
Susan Sarandon.
Susan, the biggest queer icon of them all, Susan Boyle.
Yeah,
So
she
Susan
has to
Sarandon is
be
not
gay.
queer?
No.
I thought she was
No,
lesbian.
but
I don't think
to
so.
me, she's queer in my
Jennifer
heart.
Beals is a lesbian icon.
Is she really?
She's straight. Because
Wait,
she
why
was
Jennifer
on,
Beal?
Because she was on the L Word. Have you ever watched the L Word? Girl, you need to watch the
I
L
watched
Word.
I watched the original, not the remake.
Yeah,
Oh,
the original.
Yeah. Yes, the original.
No
She was
offense
in-
to the remake, but yeah.
Isn't that her name?
Jennifer
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 Beals, like
Beal?
Flashdance?
Flash.
Yeah, she's Bet.
Oh,
Bad.
Yeah.
right.
And she really served. Like,
She served gay.
Yeah.
she did.
What about is Queen Latifah a lesbian icon?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
But Queen Latifah,
I'm like, girl, like, make a decision. Like I need you to come out give us a press conference or something, baby.
it's time. It's
Right?
okay. It's okay.
Like, just say it. Like, I don't understand. It's still.
Yeah.
She even recently she had an honoring or something, and she still didn't say.
To my boo.
Girl, I was watching. I was like, and then it didn't happen. I was like, girl.
Yeah, her and Missy Elliott for
Missy.
sure.
Is Missy? Maybe Missy.
I think Missy came out,
Did
or
she?
Missy at least is
I
out.
don't
Let me Google
fucking
this.
know, but I'm just like,
You're afraid to say something, but Missy Gay.
Shit, right?
Yeah.
Anytime.
Missy Elliott is gay. And
Missy Elliott with her car bed. You guys remember the cribs where she had like her?
Yes.
That's scary. sneakers in her car bed. It's like that's gay.
I'm also in like the space of like I love that it's 2024 and everyone feels super open to be like queer or whatever. But I'm like, if you are queer, if you are someone who we have thought it was straight and now you're telling us it's queer, I need you to prove it. Like, I need to see you suck a dick or eat pussy.
I
like,
need to see it.
whichever one is gonna like. I need proof. Like,
I just do also still. I'm like, we still need. With how fucked up shit is, we still need more representation.
Yes.
Like, it's just true. There ain't ever enough.
Yeah.
Things is too scary.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that Missy Elliott has not come out, and that is my bad. But
You know, it's like,
the top article says, "Is Missy Elliott asexual? Has she ever dated anyone?"
Huh. You know what? Some people, I never really came out. You know what I mean?
Me too. I never had a coming out like that.
Some people don't really need
People know, girl.
want you.
Yeah.
Some people you can't hide. You
Wait,
know?
did you act differently around you in school after you guys?
So after the jerk off sessions, we were back at school. Literally, not
Nothing. Not a word.
not a word.
Not a
but we never
glance.
made nothing. But you know, we're having these secret jerk off sessions, and then one day I go
love
over
it.
there and set myself up on that leather couch as usual. And then he pulls out this gold box. So he gives me this gold box. Inside of it is a gold name ring with the word Kevin on it. My name.
No.
And he was like,
How did he get that?
he was a Crip girl.
Okay, so he did go ahead and follow his dreams.
He followed his dreams, joined the Crips. And then
Hell yeah.
and like nameplate jewelry in New York, like like everyone, and like we all wanted it, but we were in 7th grade. We
You
couldn't afford
guys,
it.
I gotta be honest, you guys were dating.
You guys were
Right?
dating.
We were.
You were his
And
girl.
I still
Jerk
have
off.
that ring.
No.
I still have it. Yeah. I still have it in my. I still have the ring.
That is
do
really
you think,
iconic.
I'm like, you think his wife knows? Like,
Knows
And-
or what? I mean, people just live their lives. I don't know. It's
Yeah. Maybe his wife listens to this podcast. She could be like, wait a minute.
I doubt it. Also, if
You
the
don't
wife
know.
listens to the podcast, the wife is also gay, so we're fine. Actually, they're just each other's beards.
Each other's beards.
She already knows. They have an understanding.
Yeah, Ricardo gave me a gold name ring in 7th grade with my name on it.
My God,
I
that
just
is
do
such a
think
flex.
not every, but I think most young boys they're just jerking off with each other.
They
all
really
the
are.
time.
They really
I
are.
really
It
do. I
happens
do
a
think
lot.
so.
I
It
really
happens a
do.
lot.
I really just do think so.
Yeah.
Do girls do that? Like
not like jerking off. I did weird.
Masturbate
I
together?
did weird stuff, but not.
I was
jerking off.
I was like fucking my friends for sure.
Yeah.
But we were just like we were not jerking off to each other. We were like humping.
Got it.
Yeah.
Humping. Yeah, that's the.
And I've gone into great detail. on
Yeah,
this
you did.
podcast,
I
so
definitely
don't-
was like macking, but not like humping. I think you're doing something special.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've talked about. I mean, I had femme privilege, so it was like
Got it.
I felt less like a. I mean, I could like just say that it was just for practice.
Got it.
That type of vibe.
Oh.
Okay, we have a segment on this pod that's called That's Rank,
Okay.
where in which we simply are given 4 things and we have to rank them.
Okay.
It's very complex.
simple. So yeah, for some it can be complex. Do we have?
Yeah, I was thinking based off of the conversation from earlier, it could rank
Jerking
random
off?
scents
No.
that
Yeah,
jerking
no.
no random scents that people like that are unusual, like
Oh.
Okay.
chlorine, gasoline, nail polish, Sharpies. I
Okay,
don't know, like
cool.
those weird mowed grass.
Okay, let's
Oh.
pick
Gasoline, I think, should be
Yeah,
one.
gas- Gasoline should be
gasoline,
on there for sure.
chlorine.
Glue.
Getting high.
Huffing paint. Yeah, well, I love sniffing glue.
Yeah, I'm googling what weird smells people like. People like.
What about like cigarette smoke?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we can talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
Cigarette
gas.
gasoline.
I guess grass is, I think, pretty.
Mowed grass is a
mowed
thing.
grass.
But that's lovely.
Yeah, that could be
And-
your number one.
And booty.
And booty. Okay.
Yeah, and swamp back
Not
to
swamp
swamp
ass, though, just general booty.
fake swamp ass.
Fake swamp
Yeah,
ass.
fake swamp ass.
I think number one for me is the smell of gasoline. Gasoline smells great.
Whoa.
Yeah, you never smell gasoline?
Well, I have smelled gasoline, but I'm saying number one.
Number one.
Wow.
On the list that we have, for sure for me.
Okay, cute. And then what? You have to have your whole list, and then
Okay.
we'll do ours.
And
We all have to
then,
agree.
Two, I would say cigarette smoke because I used to. I've never
Naughty.
smoked cigarettes.
You were never a smoker.
Never smoked cigarette. I don't have an addictive personality.
girl.
So
Wow,
like in high
Jesus
school,
Christ.
I tried it. Everyone else, I'm like, guys, I don't get what we're doing here. It burns. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No. So, but I used to love kissing smokers.
That's so cute.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
like
so,
I used to
good girl
love
gone
kissing
bad of you.
smokers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, gasoline.
And you still don't mind it? You still don't mind cigarette
No, I
smoke?
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a young thing. And
Okay.
I thought it was. I just
Probably badass.
Yeah, it was the hot
it's
thing. I was like, oh
cool.
my God, he just smoked. Oh, that's so hot.
Yeah.
Gasoline, cigarette smoke. I would say booty, not swamp ass. Just booty. Booty smells good. I love a nice smell of a booty. And what was the fourth one?
Grass.
Grass?
Yeah, grass.
Grass after booty.
I'm from New York. We don't. Who's what? We mowing our concrete.
So you're saying irrelevant.
Wait, you know what's a really
Disqualified.
good
Yeah.
smell? Wet concrete after rain.
That is such a good
yes.
smell.
That is a
Yeah.
good one. That's a good
Wait,
one.
That's a really good
Especially
one.
on like a hot summer day when it
Yeah.
finally rains.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a great smell, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
love
good.
that.
That's good.
I love that, Josette.
Thank you.
I love that smell. Okay, grass, number one. I'm from the suburbs, so like and also I'm from like fucking bougie suburbs where it's like people were getting their lawns mowed.
All the time. So the
Yeah,
smell
it's
was
like
good.
yeah. So the smell was good, and I would like it makes me think about like lying in the grass in my front yard when
That's nice.
it was like newly springtime when we would do our homework out there. It was
Wow.
so
That's
nice.
so
That's
sweet.
nice.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Wait, what city did you were in?
Winnetka,
Winnetka, which is in
Illinois. It was like
Illinois.
so like New Trier High School.
Cool.
Yeah. So grass, booty. What would be last? I think for me, gasoline and then cigarettes. I actually go in and out with
Yeah.
cigarette smoke. Like depending on, I don't know what it is. I was mom.
I love
You
that
better
you
not
let
be
your
watching
mom.
No, I don't think she watches.
Okay. I
but-
banned my parents.
Well,
I'm like,
but
y'all,
you
y'all
can't
consume
control
too
them.
much.
Oh yeah,
You
the
can't
things I've
control
talked about on the
them,
podcast.
though.
I'm like,
Oh no,
please
I
don't
tell
listen.
them.
Yeah.
I say you cannot do this.
I tell her that too.
Oh.
But yeah, so yeah, I have smoked in my life, and
She definitely knows that you did that, regardless.
yeah,
Like weed or just cigarettes?
both.
All the above.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like a spliff person for
That's
like
weed with-
a full
with
year.
tobacco?
Yeah,
It's both,
yeah, it's both.
Got it.
That was my
Classic,
preferred method.
summer classic.
That was my summer classic for a while.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, like there's a period after you quit where it's like really awful.
Got it.
But goes in and out now. Sometimes I smell it still and I'm like, I made a mistake.
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while. Okay. Gas.
That's right.
I like gas. Reminds me
good.
it reminds me of Lake Powell.
Interesting.
Reminds me of like just like summer days filling up your like gas tank and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Being young. But yeah, I like gas. Reminds me of boats. I love boats.
Mm.
I really
That's
love
very
boats.
cute.
I really do. I really just
Are you sad we didn't go to the lake this year?
yeah, because they had a great time.
Joe's family like goes on a houseboat.
They have a time. We have a
Ooh.
timeshare.
Really
my brother
fucking
and
cute.
his boyfriend. They don't want to go next year, but I'm like, I can't go without you
Oh my
guys.
god, you have like a whole queer family. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's really cute.
yeah.
Yes.
I know. And my brother's boyfriend, he's so ridiculous. Now, almost every Sunday, he books. He's so he's not gay. He's bi. Whatever. He's so gay in the sense he's so anal.
Uh-huh.
But he books a family dinner for us like almost every Sunday.
No.
And he has it. We have like a shared Google Cal. And he'll just put different reservations.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's
I know.
great.
Yeah, and then we
I
get a
didn't
nice
know that
meal.
he did that.
Yeah, we went to
That's
Safi's
so
last night.
sweet.
What's that?
Safi's?
Yeah.
I never heard of
It's like
Safi's.
Bestia
Oh.
or Babel. It's like
So
that.
very
It's
nice.
good.
Downtown?
Good. No, I guess it's Silver Lake. It's near the Scientology Center. It
Oh
is
god.
so good.
Okay.
I've been before and I was like, this is not that
Are
good.
you eating
and I was
good
blown
food in
away.
LA?
I think LA, people are going to hate when I say this, LA has way better food than New York, I feel
It does.
like.
It's because
It
the
absolutely
produce.
does.
The
That's
produce is
what
the
I
best
think.
in the
and people
world.
are like, no, New York City has the most Michelin. I don't care. I love eating food in LA.
yeah,
Like,
and I love that about you.
I'm glad to
yes,
hear
I love
that.
it.
I love to eat. I think we're talking the same place, but you're probably pronouncing it correct.
What is it?
The one downtown, Bavel?
Yeah, it
It's
could
Babel.
be Bavil. I don't fucking know.
So good.
But I like the way you said it. It sounded much nicer than my like California
Same
ass. But okay, so back to business.
Yeah.
Why did I even get on the
gasoline.
boat? Oh, yeah, I guess you went on the boat. Gasoline, booty.
Ooh.
I just love.
So, Joe, so you do like small
love
fast
when
the
it
whole
happens.
time.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean,
Healthy.
yeah,
Healthy.
healthy. I mean, it's not like I'm like
Healthy.
in the hole, but I mean, like skin, you know, you know.
Yeah.
Kelly's gonna love this.
Yeah, she knows I love her booty. You keep that in, take
There's
it out,
a crazy
keep it in.
video.
Of what, her twerking?
Yeah.
I know. She has a crazy ass.
I was like,
Really?
you know,
I wanna
like
see
when
this video
someone has like
now.
a secretly crazy ass.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I didn't know.
She has a crazy ass.
She needs to post more. I would like to see more.
I'll tell her when I get
from
home.
once that came.
From once that came.
From once
Yeah.
that came.
I know. She's so weird about it. Yeah, she should do more butt stuff. Anyways. Booty. What was it? Grass, then cigarettes. But it's because I used to smoke, and
It's a smoke,
now,
okay.
like, I don't smoke anymore. Once in a while, Kelly will have a cigarette, and like, I don't want
You
to smell
hate it so much.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to smell it on your mouth.
Mm.
I say no kisses when you smoke.
Yeah.
And she says, thank God I get a break from having to kiss you.
Were cigarettes hard to, because
the
Yes.
hardest thing of all
Really?
time.
Okay.
So
Nicotine
hard. But we
is the
both have
most
like extremely
oh, yeah.
addictive personalities.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
We're
catch me on a day. I'll, you know.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're currently sober, so we're like, that's so cool that
Oh,
you're doing
oh my
like
God, sorry. I'm
psychedelic.
just
No,
talking about
no,
all
it's
that
not
stuff.
like
You're
that.
okay.
No,
It's
no,
not like
not
that.
like that. No, no, no.
I really encourage other people to use drugs and to drink.
Yeah.
If
If
I
anything,
could, I absolutely would.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
like
maybe
it's fun.
someday I would try to do like psychedelics or smoke weed, but right now I'm just too virgin core.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
My sweet
Yeah.
little virgin.
you've done them all.
Chelsea
Yeah.
Handler talking about the only way she could quit it was because she got like hypnoptized, and it worked.
Really?
People do that.
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't do that.
hypnotized.
I actually this is funny and true. I think Naomi, it was the same. We were like thinking about quitting, and like I watched the Beyonce Coachella doc,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason that made me quit smoking.
I remember.
I was
Really?
just like,
You're like,
I was
Beyonce wouldn't want me
everything
to smoke.
Beyonce is doing, like, I need to stop fucking around. Like, I was just like,
That was
she
so
would
funny.
not be proud of me for this. Like, I have a dream, you know, I need to be like optimizing for my dream.
Yeah.
And,
I would.
yeah, I didn't have an excuse.
If I could, like, I didn't want. You guys were more like cold turkey calendar kind of people.
Yeah, I
and
have to have, like, the
I
app.
can't feel like I could never do something ever again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like I need to feel free.
Yeah, so
If
you'll
not-
hit the vape every once in a while.
Yeah, I'll hit a friend's vape for nicotine every once in a while, and
Yeah.
boy, is it awesome.
Yeah.
Nicotine is so good.
I guess when I smoked cigarettes, I didn't understand what, like, I didn't
You
get the
probably have to
nicotine
do it
thing.
a few times, like
I did like a
actually.
Or like,
week.
you have to do it more.
I did like a week.
Yeah, I guess you did. I mean,
And I
like,
was like-
You might just
sometimes
have different makeup,
yeah,
baby.
I feel weak, and I'm thinking, for once, my brain stopped.
Yeah.
like going
Really?
so
Sure.
hard in the
Yeah,
paint, and I
interesting.
think I'm like, ooh,
So wild.
ooh, yeah.
Baby, this has been so fun.
You're-
It's
you're
really
a
nice
dream.
to talk to you.
Thank y'all so much for having me. Like, having y'all had me on your podcast.
Is there anything that we didn't cover that you want to?
No. What show? Oh, yeah,
yeah,
it's
your
my
new,
show.
yeah, your new show.
I'm like, and is another thing? Girl, when are you
Yeah, you
sleeping?
have a new talk show,
I
right?
have a new show called Monét Slumber Party, and it's like
Is it slumber party vibes?
It's slumber party vibes. It's like Pee Wee's Playhouse meets like the Graham Norton show. It's like me and
Wow.
like 4 friends come over, and I have like a monster in the closet. I have
Wait, like a
big puppet thing. And like it's like we're like
That's
drink
amazing.
we're drinking, we're playing like games. It is honestly some of the most fun I've ever had, and it's opportunity kind of like came. Like I did a thing at Dropout, formerly College Humor, which is
Okay.
around
Yeah.
the corner from here.
yeah, yeah.
And we did Dungeons and Drag Queens, myself, Bob, and Jujubee.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're just such an amazing company. And we were leaving set that last day. I was like, I have a talk show. I want to do my talk show here. And they're like, all right, send us an email. So I sent a thing, and they're like, we're not looking for a talk show, but maybe we can think of something else. And we spent like months brainstorming. We came together with this idea called Monét Slumber Party, and it's amazing.
It sounds like a dream.
It's
It's so fun.
You're a perfect host.
It's
if
so
you
fucking
do it
fun.
again, can we come on?
I mean,
I'll literally.
Party.
I'll do,
it's like breaking things. I'm like, are you joking? Yes, I
be
would die. Are you fucking kidding? Yes, please.
Yeah, I want a slumber party.
Okay, cool. Yeah, everyone wears like PJs and shit. We
I
had
would love
everyone
to.
like
I'll get some
Bob,
nice
Kimchi,
silk
Obstacle,
pajamas.
a bunch of celebrities.
I love her.
She's so funny.
She's really cute.
Yeah. Joel Caboose. A lot of folks came out, and it was just a great time.
Amazing.
Wow.
But listen to Bob. Listen to Bob. Listen to Bob.
Also, you and Bob have a podcast.
We do,
too.
Sibling
Yeah, so
Rivalry
you can say
podcast.
listen to
Listen to Bob
too.
and Monet
Yeah.
on sibling
Rivalry.
rivalry.
Yeah, just us fighting about stupid shit.
And
for
listen
an
to
hour.
Gray Rainbow, or is it Gray Rainbows?
Great Rainbow. Just the one
Just
rainbow.
the one rainbow.
Volume 1. I have Volume 2 coming out in October.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, with 8
fucking
more
God.
tracks. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
me. We Gayotic as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cute.
That was a Headgum podcast.